In today's video, I'm going to show you how to easily create activity books, storybooks, printables, and more without needing to be a designer and using tools you probably already know and love. Hello, home bosses. My name is Nuria. Welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to create an income online from self-publishing. In a previous video, I showed you how I used one of my favorite resources, the Publisher's Vault, to make a coloring book. But today I want to take it a step further and show you just how versatile it really is. And before I dive in and show you around the Publisher's Vault, let me quickly show you the coloring book I created using it. This is the one I made in a previous video, and it was honestly so much fun and easy to put together. All of the illustrations you see in this book came from the Publisher's Vault. And what's great is that you can use them commercially, meaning you can sell your books or printables without worrying about licenses. So now let me show you what's inside the vault and how it works. So this is the Publisher's Vault dashboard, and once you're logged in, you see everything that's available. The first thing I would do is click on this first section here, and you've got a video you can watch that explains everything about it. It also explains about the weekly calls. Every week they have a call where you can ask questions and you get a lot of support from everyone in the call. And it's really informative. I've been on some of the calls and I've always learned something new. So I can really recommend that you join one of the calls. And I really think that the value of the subscription is already covered by the value that is provided in the weekly calls. So this is really, really valuable information. And I really recommend that you do go on the calls if you get the Publisher's Vault. You also get a section here that explains all the licenses. The good thing is the Vault has been created specifically for people who want to create books or printables. So the licenses are perfect and you're free to use them. And then there's some extras, which I really recommend you check out as well. There's Hugh's KDP cover designs beta version. Hugh is the creator of the Vault, and he's always on the calls. He's really responsive if you have any questions. He provides excellent customer service. And here's something that you can use to create your covers. There's also a really great font that you can download and upload to Canva. And this is to create letter tracing activity books. So you know the font that has the little arrows that show children how to trace the letters. This is one of those fonts, and you can download it and upload it onto Canva if that's what you're using to create your books. And let's see what else we've got. So if we go back to the first page, that's what we just looked at. And then we have a seamless pattern system. And this is a little course that teaches you how to create seamless patterns, which are really, really popular on Etsy if you want to sell these as printables. And I really recommend that you look into that because it's another income stream that you can generate. And there is this course here, the Easy Book List Building, really important course. This is all about how to create your email list. And I really think that creating an email list for your books is one of the most important things that you can do. Not just for your books, but also for your printables, for any business that you create. And all the details are in here, so you can learn how to build your email list. There's a Canva cover design mini class. There is a little course on how to create easy affirmation cards. And now we're getting into the graphic packs. So what basically happens is that every 30 days, if you purchase the subscription for this, every 30 days you get a pack of graphics. And they're amazing to create coloring books with or coloring printables that you can sell on Etsy. There's so much you can do with this. So if I show you what you get in the first month, you can already see how many packs you're getting. These are just the ones that start with A. So you get an ant pack, an amazing pack, an alligator pack, and they're all images that are suitable for coloring books. So you get different files. One file is for the black and white characters. You get another file for black and white backgrounds. Then you get another file for black and white backgrounds and characters put together. And then you get the same version in color as well, so that you can use them to create your covers for the coloring books. So there is an enormous amount of resource in these packs. And I showed you in my previous video how I put together a whole coloring book just using a few of these packs. The important thing to do is to keep mixing and matching and using the packs, not just the way they have been presented to you, but just mix and match the different images so that your book is completely different to somebody else's book. But I showed that in the previous video. If you want to have a look at that, it shows you exactly how to do that. And the thing I like the most about the Publishers Vault is the clean layout. It's very easy to navigate, and there's new packs added regularly every 30 days. If you're on the subscription, you get 2 new packs. And there are also seasonal and themed packs, which I really like. So there's a lot of stuff for Easter, for example, a lot of Christmas stuff, and so on. And as you can see, that is just the first month. And then you usually get 2 packs every month that follows if you're still on the subscription. So this is month 2, for example. Like I said, it's all explained in the previous video. And today I want to show you how to create different types of books that aren't coloring books, because everybody thinks that this is for coloring books, but you can make so many more books with this, not just coloring books. So now that I've shown you around the Publishers Vault, I thought it would be fun to create something new, a reading logbook for kids. These are really popular with parents, teachers, and even for homeschool use. And they're great for encouraging children to build a regular reading habit. So I'm going to use some of the illustrations from the Bookworm pack, which is full of adorable book-loving characters, and I'll pair them with simple, clean layouts inside Canva to make the pages engaging and fun for children. So I'm in Canva and I'm going to type in reading logbooks for kids. And let's see what kind of templates they have. So these are all reading logbook templates, and I'm just going to pick one of them to start with. So let's pick this one here. So we click on them. If you're using the free version of Canva, you'll only be able to use the free ones. This one is one that I can use with the Pro version, but I'm sure you can find some free ones as well. And I'm only showing you this one so you get an idea of how to create your logbook. You can use any template that you like, or you can even build your logbook from scratch. And I'll show you how I'm going to create it with this particular template. So we're going to click on Customize this template. And once you have a template, whether it's this one or another one, what we're going to do is we're going to change everything that's on this template. The template is really just to give us a bit of an idea of what we want to create. So I'm going to leave this the same because this is a good way to organize a reading log page, and they've called it my reading log. So we could call it Books I Have Read. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to change the font so it's a different font. And we're still going to choose something that's appropriate for children. So I'm going to choose this very bold font. And then it says, here's my reading log and mini reviews. We can leave that maybe. I'll just change the font as well. The reason we're changing all this is because we have to do that to be compliant with Canva's terms, but also because you don't want to have the same book that someone else might have made. Because Canva is used by so many people, there's always a chance that someone might have used this template as well. So you do need to change it to make it completely your own. So I'll just go through this and change all of the fonts. And I can click here, change all. So that way I don't have to click on each word individually. So I've changed all the fonts. And we can leave that as it is. We can maybe change this and do something else there to make it look different. And also we want to get rid of any images. We want to add our own images to make this book our own. So what I've done is I've uploaded some images from the vault, and for that I've used a pack that has all these general items in it, but there's a really nice pack called the Bookworm pack, and I'll show you the images. So you can see here they're like little bookworms, and I think that's very appropriate for a reading logbook. So I'm just going to choose some of these little worms to add them to this page. We can put one up here maybe. And the good thing about this is they can obviously fill in the log, but they can also color in any images that you've got in this book. So I'm bringing this to the center. I don't want it to be too close to the margin. And what I like to do is I like to go on File and I click on Settings, and then I click on Show Rulers and Guides. And that way I can use these guides to set any margins. And the other thing you can do is to go on File, go on Settings and Show Margins. That is my preferred way to do it, because I tend to use these margins to place everything inside the margin so that I don't have any problems with going outside the margins. And when they create the book on Amazon KDP, they sometimes cut off some bits at the edge, and this way it just ensures that everything is well within the edges and nothing gets cut off. And I find that these margins really help me to do that. So I think I'll put this little worm here because I think it's too close to the edges up there. So that looks a little bit better, but you can use all sorts. You can use another one, and you don't have to use this pack. There's lots and lots of other packs in the Publisher Vault, and there is just so many different images that you can use. And I really like these little images of bookworms for a book-themed book. So that would be one of the pages. Now, because it is a book log, there will be repetitive pages. These pages will repeat themselves, but I want to create a book that's a little bit better than just the same pages. I know low content books, they have repeated pages, and you could theoretically just add 100 pages of these and call it a logbook, and that would be okay. But I want my book to be a little bit like an activity book, so I'm going to add different pages. And for that we go on to Design on the left-hand corner, and I'm going to look for more templates. So I'm going to choose one that I like. So I'm going to choose Reading Activity. If I type that in, hopefully we'll get lots of activities to do with reading. Here's one that does book reviews, which I think fits in quite well with this one. So I'm going to add a page, and then I'm going to click on this one, and this has added the book review. And now what you can do is you can use the same fonts that you used in your first page, because then that'll make the whole book look the same and more cohesive. And that's very important that you do that throughout the book. So the font we used here was called TT Milks Casual something. So we're going to do that here as well and choose the same font. And it was black here. It's got a little outline. It's got effects. So let's click and see what the effects are. So they've used the splice effect. I'm going to get rid of the effect so that it's the same as up here. And then we can choose the other font that we used here, which was Prompt. So we want the same font here and as well. And here. And we might as well click on Change All. So now it has changed the font to the same as on the first page. And again, we want to have different images here. I quite like this, but we want to change it. So I'll get rid of this and let's get another one of our little characters or another image from the vault. So I'll go on uploads. Let's see what I've got here. I want to find something that to do with reading, and I couldn't find a book. I think we'll just stick with the little bookworms. And that's actually not a bad idea, so that the book looks very cohesive. Let's try this little one. And we can put him there. So that's made this whole page completely different to the original. And we want to build our book like that. So if you see on the first page here, we've got book title, date finished, mini review. So they have read and then reviewed this book. And then there's another one. And this could be like a special review. So we can add 2 more of these pages. So I'm going to repeat that page. So they can leave a longer review for any of these 2 books they have read. So we're slowly building our book. Let's see what other designs, what other templates I can find. So we want to have some more activities maybe. So let's search for reading activities. So I've typed in reading logbook for kids and I'm getting some more examples of templates here, and I quite like the look of this one. I'll just click on that quickly. And it's got March reading log. So let's do the same as we did here. We change the fonts to prompt, and then I'll change it all. And we want to change this one to TT Milk's Casual Pie Base. I love the names they give these fonts. They're completely unrelated to anything. And then we get rid of the effect. So we go on none. So now it looks the same as up here. And then what it says here is color 1 rainbow for every 20 minutes of reading this month. So what we can do now is we can get rid of all these rainbows as well. So we want to change this as much as possible. And I'm going to add a little character. So he looks cute, and they can color him in. So we're going to repeat this character. And then I highlight them. I move them to the center, and then I click duplicate, and I put them underneath, duplicate and duplicate again. So you can fill a page with characters. And what you can also do is you can highlight them all and group them, or just move them to where you think they should be to center them correctly. And then we have to change, obviously they're not rainbows anymore, so color 1 bookworm for every 20 minutes of reading this month. And of course, this is for the month of March, so we can do one for each month of the year. So we can start with January. I think this is probably enough. So now they can color in 1 bookworm for every 20 minutes of reading for this month of January. And then what we can do is we duplicate the page and then we change this to February. And you can make this smaller if you prefer. And the other thing we can do is then do a different character for each month. So we'll delete that and we'll click on this little character and we repeat the process that we did earlier. So we just copy them and then we center them and then we just duplicate it again. Duplicate and duplicate, and now we've got the page for February and we continue with March. So now we change this to March and we repeat the process again. So we have another one of these little characters, maybe this one. And I'll speed up the video, but you can see what I'm doing. So now we've got March, and all you have to do is continue for the whole year. So I've just got up to June, but you can continue the whole book like that. And then what you can do is you can add more of these books I have read pages or book review pages, or you can continue with more activities. And for that, you go on Canva Designs, and then you can pick one of the activity templates and modify it. So you can also do coloring pages if you would like that. And there are lots of other reading related templates, but you could also make activity books that are not to do with reading, just other type of activity books, and add these kind of images to them. And just like that, we've got a sweet little reading logbook that's not only functional, but fun, and all made using Canva and images from the Publisher's Vault. And if you're looking to create books like this, having access to a library of high quality illustrations really makes the whole process quicker and more enjoyable. So I think Publisher's Vault is such a versatile tool. It's more than just for coloring books. You can use the illustrations for all kinds of print-on-demand products, digital downloads, and physical items, especially if you're targeting platforms like Etsy or self-publishing on KDP. And I'm going to give you some creative ways you can use Publisher Vault images. And I'm going to start by activity books, or the type of activity books you can create for KDP or even for printables. So perfect for KDP paperbacks or digital downloads would be spot the difference pages, matching games, trace the line or tracing pages, maze pages with themed clip art, word searches or crossword puzzles where you can add themed illustrations. You can make I Spy pages, you can make count and color pages, or hidden picture activities. And for all of that, you can use seasonal or animal themed vault packs to niche down. But I quickly want to also show you how you can create children's picture books with images from the vault, because don't forget, you don't only get the black and white characters and backgrounds to color in, but they also supply you with the colored in images for the characters and for the backgrounds. So it's really easy to create children's books with this. So I'll just quickly show you how you can do that. And I've chosen a square size for this because children's books are usually 8.5 by 8.5 inches. That's the typical sort of size for a children's book, but you can make it any other size that you prefer. But I'm going to show you a square-sized book today because the image pack that I'm going to use is a square-sized image pack, and this is for one of the packs that is in the bold and easy coloring style that's so popular now. But there's nothing to say that you can't also create children's books with this, and I think they can turn out really cute. So I'm just going to pick one of the backgrounds here, and let's say we pick this one and we just place it onto our canvas. And then we want to add some characters. So we'll go and choose a couple of these characters. And what's important is also to change these things. So for example, if we've got two little characters like this, what I like to do is I like to get rid of one of them, which we can't do here because they're too close together, but sometimes we can do it. Let's just quickly find a way. So let's pick these two. So we've got this little teddy here, And what we can do to get rid of this is we can go on Edit, and we go onto the Magic Eraser, and we can just erase this whole image here. And then we click Erase. So that just leaves us with this little character here. And click off that. So now we've got one of the characters, and we want to add another one. Let's see. Or we can just have one for now. So now what you need to do is you need to create a story around this, and the story would be on the next page. So we add another page. So if you imagine this is on the left hand side, we can then create another page for the text, or what you can do is you can create the text on the same page. And I think let's do that just to see how that would look like. And I think this is okay. Don't forget, I'm just creating this book to show you how you can do it, but you can of course take your time and create this in a much better way. This is just a quick way to show you for the video. And then what you can do is you create your second page. So we will maybe take a different background. And I'll choose this garden, and then again we stretch the background to the edge. And I want to continue with this little character, so I'm going to duplicate him and place it on the next page. And then I can say, I can copy this text and bring it down here, and then I can say, Tommy is waiting for his friend Lily. So we can just have that here. And maybe what we can also do is flip Tommy around. So just to make him different, because you don't have all different poses necessarily, but that will make it look different. And so now we've got first page, which introduces Tommy. This is Tommy. He lives in a nice house at the edge of the forest. And the second page is telling you about what Tommy is doing. Tommy's waiting for his friend Lily. So now we can continue the story. And maybe we'll find Lily and say a little bit about her. Or actually, we can place Lily in a nice garden. So then we find another little character who looks a bit like a lily. Let's have a look. Maybe this little rabbit. And what we can do is, again, we can try and remove this other character by actually just cutting him out of the picture, which has worked this time. So we didn't need to remove him with the eraser, with a magic eraser, but we can have Lily here, and Lily is a girl, so we're going to give her a little maybe a little bow in her hair. So for that we can go on to Canva Elements and just type in bow, and if you're using the free version of Canva, then make sure that you're using free elements and not the paid elements. The ones that have this little crown here, they are pro elements, so you have to pay for them, but the ones that don't are okay to use. So you can just use one of these here and give Lily a little bow just to make her a little bit prettier. So now she's a girl, and you can do all sorts of things. You can maybe choose a little hat or whatever you want to do, just to make this a little bit different. And now we've got Lily, we can say something about her. So let me just copy this text and paste it here. It just makes it easier when I do it this way. Then I can say Lily is working in her beautiful garden. So now we've introduced Lily. And then we can carry on the story. So we can add a page and we go back to our backgrounds. And maybe Lily can make her way to Tommy's house now. So she can walk along this garden here, or maybe there's a path somewhere. Let's have a look. Actually, this one here looks good because she can walk along this path. So let's get Lily, but we want Lily without the rake. So let's see if we can find her. Maybe this one here. She's got a watering can. This one's good because now she's got some flowers. So we can say she's bringing the flowers. So now we can use this one here, and I'm going to click Edit and use the magic eraser. And I'm going to erase this little character here. And these characters are super cute. I think they would make amazing coloring books and anything else you would like to create with them. So now we've got Lily without the other character. And we can place her on this path. And now she's on her way to see Tommy. And I've noticed that Lily has a little bit of grey in this character and not in that, but you could get rid of it with a magic eraser, and the same way that you got rid of the other character. And that is something that you can do, and we can give her the same bow. So just duplicate this. So now Lily is on her way to see Tommy, and we can write something to that effect. So I'm going to copy and paste it here. Lily is on her way to see Tommy. And she's bringing him some flowers, which is lovely. So you can just create your whole book like that. Can you see how easy it was just with the little characters that are included in the Publisher's Vault? So not only can you create coloring books, but you can create children's books as well. So all you need is your imagination. So now we've established you can make not only coloring books, but you can also make activity books and children's picture books. And what else could you make with this? You could make logbooks and trackers. So for example, the reading log that we created earlier, you can create gratitude journals for kids, jaw charts. They would be really popular. And not only that, you can create them as printables that people can stick on their walls, or mums can stick them on the fridge with a magnet, and they are really popular. You could sell them on Etsy. You can create behavior logs, you can create mood trackers, and you can add expressive illustrations for that. You can create daily schedule planners for kids, or even potty training trackers. So there's so many things that you can create with this. It's not just for coloring books. And like I said, you can also create things for Etsy. So you can sell these as digital downloads, or even printed items through a print-on-demand service. So that could include wall art prints for nurseries or playrooms. You can create printable bookmarks, reward charts, flashcards, birthday party invitations. This is a really good niche. Any type of invitations on Etsy sell like hotcakes. They really do, especially wedding invitations. But obviously for this type of illustrations, it would be really good for birthday party invitations. You can create greeting cards, thank you cards, coloring pages. They could be single coloring pages or bundles. You can create memory games, or even printable certificates like Super Reader or Kindness Awards, those sort of things. And you can also make sticker sheets, especially with transparent PNG files. And like I said earlier, you could create them on Canva, but you could also use them on any other design tool. I used to create my books on PowerPoint at the beginning, and it works really well. So you don't have to use Canva if you don't want to. PowerPoint is free, and it's a really good tool to create printables and also books with. What else can you create with the Publisher Vault? Well, there are also classroom and homeschool resources. So teachers and homeschooling parents love themed packs. So you could create alphabet tracing sheets, shape recognition worksheets, calendar templates with themed clip art, classroom decor like posters or signs, all about me activity pages, first day of school signs, or holiday themed worksheets and crafts. And I think I came across all about me activity pages on Canva. So let's just quickly have a look so I can show you what that might be. So for that, we go back onto this portrait format, like 8.5 by 11 is the general size for these things. And we go on designs and let's type in all about me activities. And you've got some templates here. So I just quickly put one on there so you can see what it is. All about me. My name is, and they can enter their name here. And then they've got favorite activities. This is me. So you can use the Publisher Vault images to change all of this and create your own all about me activity pages. And you've got some more here on the left-hand side that you can use from Canva. Just make sure that you always change the fonts, change the images. The Canva template is only to give you an idea and to give you a start. And once you know what you're doing, you can just change everything and use this as inspiration or as a template just to help you along. And that's what templates are for. Templates are there to be used, but you have to use them according to Canva's guidelines. So they're all about me activity pages, and you can also create lead magnets with your Publisher Vault images to build your email list. So for example, you could create free printable bundles or mini activity books, or even holiday themed freebies like Easter fun packs or creative challenges, like for example, a 5-day drawing challenge using themed images. So this is also perfect for growing an audience through your website, YouTube channel, or Etsy shop. So as you can see, Publisher's Vault isn't just for coloring books. It's an amazing resource for creating all sorts of books, printables, and even products to sell on platforms like Etsy or offer as freebies to grow your email list. Whether you're making activity books for kids, storybooks, wall art, or planners, having access to high-quality, commercial use images makes the process much easier and a lot more fun. If you'd like to give Publisher's Vault a try, I've added my affiliate link below. And as a thank you, if you subscribe through my link, I've put together a little bonus for you. A downloadable idea guide packed with creative ways to use your images. You'll find inspiration for books, printables, and more, plus some handy tips to get you started. So just make sure to email me after you subscribe and I'll send the bonus straight to your inbox. Let me know in the comments what you'd love to create with the Publisher's Vault. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more self-publishing tips and inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.